Hi everyone, my name is Delaney and I would like to formally invite you and welcome you to Diet in the Digital Age. In our current cultural environment, everyone is on social media. For instance, you're probably on social media watching this right now. You're likely on YouTube. Now don't worry, I'm not going to spend the next 10 minutes complaining about how terrible social media is and how I think it's ruining everything, because I don't think that. I believe there are elements of social media that can be detrimental to us as a society or even on an individual level. But it's more than just social media to blame for this. Social media has created a feeling of normalcy around a lot of the things that we see online due to its easy accessibility and the frequency in which we interact with it on a daily basis. I don't know about you, but the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is check my phone. I may not be proud of it. It's a habit I've tried to break many times, but I can't help it. I wake up, I roll over, I unplug my phone, I check to see how many text messages I've gotten. I scroll through Instagram, I scroll through TikTok, probably for too long. I go and check YouTube and see if any of my favorite creators have uploaded. And I do the same thing before I go to bed. I'm sure a lot of people do as well. Social media has become such an essential part of our daily life, whether that is for connection, entertainment, news, or just something to do. With this easy accessibility, one of those things that has become normalized is diet culture. Now, I mentioned a second ago that this frequent use of social media and this kind of need that we seem to have developed for it has created a lot of normalcy. One of the things that has become normalized is diet culture. Diet culture. These are two words we hear often, and most of the time we don't even know what they mean. The National Alliance for Eating Disorders defines diet culture as the collective beliefs and practices that promote the pursuit of weight loss as the ultimate marker of health and well-being. This culture is part of many aspects of society, from media portrayals of ideal body types to the way that we interact with one another as friends and family. Extending that a little bit further, we can also include those that we interact with online that may not be friends or family. People we follow, people that follow us, those we see on our Explore pages. The net is cast really wide. The big issue with diet culture is that it emphasizes quick fixes and strict regimens as the only way to be healthy. This ignores a wider range of health in favor of presenting thin bodies and strict diets as the only way to become or remain a healthy individual. Here on Diet in the Digital Age, I aim to take a deeper dive into diet culture and its evolution with social media and share what I find with you. As we become more connected with our devices and social platforms, it's important to take a step back every once in a while to try and see things from a different lens. I welcome you to come along with me while I try to do that. Since we're just starting off, I want to use today to kind of give just a brief introduction into diet culture, what it encompasses, some of the things that we may talk about in the future, and kind of just set a baseline. One of the things that I hear a lot within diet culture or dieting, weight loss, one of those number-related things that we hear a lot is BMI, or body mass index. This is a measure used to determine whether someone is overweight. However, it's actually measuring whether someone fits the ideal of the average men based around French and Scottish soldiers from the 1800s. I know that sounds crazy, but according to an article by Rachel Prey and Susan Riskin titled "The History and Faults of the Body Mass Index and Where to Look Next," that is who the founder of BMI, Adolf Quetelet, thought represented the normal man. I don't know about you guys, but when I think of myself, I don't think of French or Scottish soldier from the 1800s. I know many of you will likely agree with me that we don't see ourselves that way. Despite the inception of this concept being over 2 centuries old, the method is still used today despite this and the many, many problems with it. And I see it quite frequently. The way that diet culture is presented to users of social media can be extremely detrimental and lead to a lot of health risks. Extreme weight fluctuations from dieting can increase risks of blood pressure issues, compromised bone density, and reduced muscle mass, just to name a few. Not to mention that the negative body image that diet culture creates can lead people to depression, disordered eating, and severe physiological distress. Combating and learning more about this culture on social media is very, very important to me. Not all creators posting about diet plans and workout routines are horrible or ill-intentioned, but I just think there need to be some more voices talking about the downfalls of diet culture and evening the playing field on social media, as again, like I mentioned before, it's become very normal, and sometimes we don't even realize things that can fit into diet culture. So since we're just getting acquainted, what are a few other things we should know about diet culture? She states how she recently saw an ad on Instagram for a medication-assisted weight loss startup, encouraging her to learn more about the drug to induce weight loss powered by medicine and prescribed via video chat. I don't know about you, I have seen a lot of these ads, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I see them all the time, urging you to click and learn more, weight loss, super easy. Whether it be a shot, a pill, can be prescribed via telehealth, via virtual call. I have seen so many of these, and I'm sure you all have as well. Reading about this and hearing Emmeline kind of put that into words made me like, oh yeah, I guess I have seen these a lot. But with that being said, this startup she was referencing that she saw in the ad, the company is part of another big sector for investors, which is the telehealth industry. These ads show that the solution to the problem of needing to be thinner can be achieved just through buying medicine and just through paying for an online health visit, which extends the range of what we're paying for. They provide a solution to something that will benefit them in the long term. It's interesting because a lot of these ads really push how easy of a solution these things are, these weight loss methods are for the consumer, when in the end, the person collecting the money is the pharmaceutical companies and the telehealth industry. Very interesting to me. I would love to dig into that more. So maybe in a few episodes, we'll get into that because I think it's very, very interesting. Capitalistic involvement in diet culture can also just be as simple as food items created to help you lose weight. I know you've seen them. Teas, vitamins, sea moss gel, oils, you name it. There are a million products to help you lose weight easy and fast. The rise of Instagram influencers has also caused a similar rise in the promotion of products like this. Now, does that mean that influencers are the cause for this? No, not necessarily. With the rise of social media sites and the rise of social media influencers have become sort of a new type of celebrity for us. So in the way that we could have seen a movie star or a pop star promoting their new weight loss drink or their new weight loss cleanse, it's sort of the same thing with social media influencers. However, through the social media channels that we view these, again, it is so easily accessible and so frequently accessed that it just makes it even more in your face. Whether it's a flat tummy tea or an all-in-one weight loss pill, having someone that others look up to holding it in front of the camera will likely always increase the reputation of the product. We find comfort in the social media creators that we look up to and mostly believe that they're good people. Again, this is a new kind of celebrity for us that we can see in our phones. We see the ins and outs of their lives, and it makes us feel closer to them. That parasocial line may even become blurred sometimes, making us feel like they may even be our friends. This creates a level of trust and credibility that we envision the creators to have. So when products are advertised pushing weight loss and being the best possible version of yourself that you can be through these products, we believe it's done with pure intentions. That's not to say that it isn't sometimes. I don't believe every influencer that holds up a pack of Skinny Girl gummies is evil. I believe it's just another instance of the normalization of diet culture in our everyday lives on social media. With that all being said, one final point that I do want to share is that diet culture is not new. Although it may look a little bit different, it has been around for a while. In an article by Lisa Kingsley of the Smithsonian Magazine, she states that over decades and centuries that followed, all manner of food and fitness regimens, pills, potions, pastes have all been touted as the magic bullet to beauty and fitness. However, dieting in the US began in the year 1830. This information may seem crazy. 1830 is almost 200 years ago. It seemed crazy to me that it's been that long that we've allowed ourselves to be ruled by diet culture, but it's true. It just has a bit of a different form now, and it's spreading quickly through the most convenient social channel possible, which is social media sites. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about diet culture as I begin this journey on diet in the digital age. Next week, we will be discussing a little bit about body image and diet culture through social media, which I think will be a very interesting topic. I feel like those two remain very closely tied, so I'm interested to get into it and learn a little bit more. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next week, this is Delaney with Diet in the Digital Age. Bye-bye.